Welcome to BCSN. We are at the Beaver Varsity Fall Friendly. Um, Several teams are out here playing each other to get some reps in for the fall, just to see what their incoming freshmen are and give everyone an opportunity to play before they go indoors. This game is between Blackhawk and Southside. This will be the last game. I think this is the last game on this field. I think in the complex they're finishing up, but this is definitely my last game for the weekend. A lot of nice plays. Saw several promising freshmen from all these teams. And it's nice to be able to see some of the players and give you something to look forward to in the spring. Now, having said that, I don't have rosters, so I don't think either of these teams are on Game Changer, so I'm gonna have to go with what I know, and it isn't much. That first batter struck out swinging. I do know, I was talking to a parent from Southside, actually one of the assistant coaches, but they're missing several varsity players. So they have several 8th graders playing up, which is fine. Gives them good experience, exposure. Like I said, none of these games are sanctioned or anything. It's literally just to get reps in. So we have a 2-2 count. Not having Game Changer kind of has to puts me to work because I can't rely on it. So sometimes I'll lose track of the innings, or maybe I'll miss the score, and I just look at Game Changer and correct it. But without it, I'm on my own. Ball 4. So that's Southside's first base runner. There's a swing and a miss. I don't know who this pitcher is for Blackhawk. She is a lefty, which is nice to have. And she's going to take off the second on that wild throw there. Another ball in the dirt. Nice block that time by the catcher. I'm assuming that's, I think her name's Mia Yenges. She was the catcher last year for Blackhawk. Again, I hope I said her name in right. This pitcher needs to make her adjustments, throw him a little bit higher. There's a ball in play. Third to first, gets the out, and the runner is advanced to third, but she doesn't score. So that's 2 outs. Nice play there by the lefty pitcher for Blackhawk. Called strike. Missed outside. Didn't miss by much. It's good framing by that catcher. But when you have the umpire standing behind the right-handed batter's box, you're not going to get those calls. There's a hard hit back to the pitcher and gets the out at first, and that'll finish the inning. All right, so Southside didn't score on that, so we'll see what Blackhawk does on the bottom of the first. Okay, M7 Sports. You can check them out at www. Let me try that again. www.m7sports.agency. And check them out, especially for your student athletes that are in high school. They can start getting them involved with helping to build their brand, kind of get a presence on social media, which could potentially open up a lot of opportunity for like advertisements and stuff. So there's potential income out there for student athletes, and M7 is starting to help some of these kids to learn how to do all this and how to navigate through that and help them find sponsors and stuff. So it's a pretty cool thing what they're doing, and we need to take advantage. And that is a single to lead off. But yeah, it's they're in our backyard, so take advantage of them. See what they can do for your kids. They do any sport. That doesn't have to be softball. It's any sport, any gender, doesn't matter. You're seeing more and more football players become clients of theirs. They have volleyball players, basketball, softball, baseball, pretty much all sports. There's a hit, and that is going to fall in the gap, roll to the fence, and they're going to send her home, and she'll get there. And that is Blackhawk. Blackhawk scored a lot of runs against Western Beaver too. So they can hit. There's a hard hit to third. She knocks it down, gets the play to first, but does not get it. And she's safe at home. Good hustle to beat out that throw. All right. This is bottom of the first. Caught strike. Steal attempt. And she's going to be safe. No call. Assuming she's safe. This is kind of painful to watch, this umpire. He did the game before this one that I streamed. All right, it's going to score a run. I don't know. It hit behind first, but I think it just fell. I tried to catch it on the first base cam, but it wasn't there. Did score another run, so Blackhawk has another runner on second, and 3 to nothing. Foul ball. That gets past the catcher, and runner's going to advance to third. It's the one thing with this field. The backstop has some depth to it. You know, a lot of the backstops in this area are real short. So this one has a little bit of depth, more than most. But it's not too big. It's kind of a good size. It's the way it should be. There's a hit. I think it's foul. No, it's fair. I guess third. It looks like it hit her in the leg. Yeah, that's what happened. So it scored another run. Called strike. Blackhawk can hit. That's going to fall for a base hit. And they're just going to stay first and second. There's a hard hit up the middle. Pitcher makes the play, gets the lead runner at third. And I think that's 2 outs. Not sure. second and the third. There is nobody at home covering. Yeah, Southside's just playing a little sloppy right now. Ooh, that hurt. Ouch. I haven't heard of this girl. You know what, though? I haven't heard of many Southside players. So that was a strikeout, but it got away from the catcher. Scores a run, and a base runner advances to second. Heads up base running there. So it's second and third. And I'm not certain how many outs. I think there's 2, but I could be wrong. Foul ball. Missed high. A lot of mistakes this inning. Not even book errors, just kind of mental mistakes. There's a ball hit to third. Oh, that almost got away from her. Second base made a nice play to save that one. So no one scored. Bases loaded. That gets past the catcher, and it's going to score another run. So we have second and third. That's the other thing with Southside. Remember, I said earlier that a lot of these kids are 8th graders, and I don't know how many, but I know there's several. So I'm sure they're nervous and all that comes with the nervousness. Called strike. That's the thing about high school. You know, the freshmen are playing 14U, and you have seniors that are playing 18U. So it's a big difference. And that's going to fall. 1 run scores. And the second run scores. Yeah, when you have 14 to 18U playing, it's big. And then if you dip into the 8th grade pool, there's a potential that you're grabbing someone who plays 12U, who could be facing 18U. So it's crazy to think. Just swing and a miss. Now, there's some kids that can handle it, and then there's others that may not. There's swing and a miss. Third down to first. Not in time. That was a ball. That looked close. But again, where this umpire's at. There's a swing and a miss. Third down to first again. So that'll be 2 outs. I know that. I know there was at least one. There's a hit. That is going to be caught. Nice play. Kind of hard to see on my little screen. But I saw the umpire signal out, so looks like the second baseman grabbed it and the shortstop kind of dove. All right, so let's take a break for a sponsor, and we'll be back with the second inning. Oops, I wasn't paying attention. All right, so it looks like Southside got a hit behind shortstop there. Sorry about that. Snuck up on me. Was actually texting my wife about dinner. I'm starving. I didn't eat anything for lunch. I had a breakfast sandwich, but I didn't think I'd be needing food. See that? No. I'm sorry. That's a strike. Maybe not. I just can't believe this umpire stands here. Like, literally, this is where he stands. That has to be so frustrating for these pitchers. I mean, that's close. I'm not saying that is a strike, but he can't see that. There's no way he can see that. He's guessing. And that just makes me crazy when umpires guess. There's one umpire that I used to cringe whenever I saw him doing my daughter's games, because I feel like that was ball four. I feel like he was always going to call her out of the box slapping at least once a game. And there was two different times where she was clearly in the box, but he just aggressively stops the game and says she's out of the box. And when you, of course, I record everything, so, but when you look at it, it was clear that she was inside that box, and she doesn't even need to be inside the box. In high school, her foot can be on the line, and it's still legal. And he would call it, and I'm like, you're guessing. You can't guess as an umpire. If you miss the call, you're obviously guessing. It drives me nuts. You can't call it if you don't see it. And this guy cannot see the outside corner of the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Girls deserve better, to be honest with you. I don't know how these coaches can keep their cool. I'd almost tell them, say, look, if you're only going to look at half of the plate, I'm only going to give you half of the money. Just irritates me. Missed outside. So we have first and second. Of course, I don't know how many outs because I'm on my soapbox. That gets past the catcher, but that was ball four. That gets past the catcher. No one's going to go. Good hustle by that catcher. Not sure who this pitcher is. I don't know if she's a freshman. She definitely looks younger. I don't remember her from last year, but I only did a game or two of Blackhawk. I don't remember doing many. It's going to be exciting this year because I can actually go to pretty much any game I want to and not have to worry about my daughter playing. So that'll allow me to pick some of the better teams in the area. Miss Slow. See that? It makes it tough even for the batters because, you see a ball that was called a ball on the outside part of the plate, and that another ball, the same spot, he calls it a strike. So it makes it tough for even the batters because when you have a floating strike zone, it's really hard to know what to swing at and how to protect the plate. There's a swing and a miss. All right, so that's strike three, and that ends the inning, and we'll be back. I think we are in the bottom of the second. That's what I'm going to go with. And let me throw a sponsor up here, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're starting up here. First pitch was called strike. There's a hard hit to the shortstop who makes a nice play. First pitch was a ball. Missed high. There's a ball play. Pitcher makes a nice play. Gets the out at first. Good job. Sometimes you have to trust your fielders, though. But I don't know if that third baseman would have been able to make that play. So it's a good job. It's hard with pitching, too, because you want to make the plays that you can make, but you don't want to put yourself in a position to potentially make an error. But when you go after a play, you want to make sure you make it, and she did. It's a nice job. There's a swing and a miss. Called strike three. That'll be 3 outs. So after a rough first inning, Southside settled down, did a lot better that inning. So we'll be heading into the third with Blackhawk up 8-0. I'm gonna put up another sponsor for a sec. Okay, so Photobombs is one of our sponsors. He actually donated all the signs to me. I have a big small ball sign that I'm going to hang on to a field next year. And I have a small sign for BCSN that comes with me. And then I also have tags with QR codes on them. And when you scan the QR code, it takes you to the network on your phone. So he's donated all that to me, so I give him his business a shout out. And his main business is a photo booth, so he'll set up at birthday parties, graduation parties, weddings, whatever. And he has a little booth with all those props and stuff with backgrounds, and you go in there and take pictures and have a good time, and it's actually pretty cool. And him and I are talking about making bag tags available for the girls. Still kind of thinking about the design and everything, but I think we're going to do that. Here's the single. And again, I'm not sure these players, but this one looks younger. So if she's not a freshman, she's an 8th grader, I would say. It's a nice hit. Watch, I'll be wrong. She's just a short girl. My daughter's short, so I understand. My triple cam here. Ooh. Oh, that's going to fall in between second and right. And the girl who hit it, she didn't stop running. She kept on going to second and almost forced the girl in front of her to third. But that was good heads-up base running for sure. But I was saying, my triple view here, this is going to be, I got a sponsor for this. So every time I show this screen, I'll have a sponsor on it. Oh, I got past the catcher. And Southside will score. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I gotta come up with a clever name for it, and then the sponsor will be over the bottom of it. We'll have it in place for spring ball. Was that caught? I couldn't see. It was off the screen. Looks like it. Yep. So there's an out. There's a foul ball out of play. There's a hard hit up the middle. And that gets through for a single. Another RBI score there. So Southside's starting to come back a little bit. There's a called strike. So the umpire's in a little bit better of a position there. Looks like she's going to try to slap here. I enjoy seeing slappers. Yeah, slapper or slapping is not easy. There's a ball in play. Shortstop caught it and doubled up the girl at first. Yeah, I was saying slapping isn't even. I know, you see the girls on TV doing it, and even my daughter doing it. They make it look easy, and it's not an easy thing to do. But if you do it effectively, you can get on base a lot. But it takes a lot of work. It's almost like pitching. You're not a good pitcher unless you invest a lot of time into it. And you got to be committed to being the best you can at doing it. Let's see here. I'll talk about my small ball podcast. So I started doing this last winter when the November came and it got quiet. Softball left everyone's mind. We don't play softball in the north over the winter, so the network and everything kind of got quiet. So what I did was I started this podcast, and it really took off. It was embraced, and nice play by that pitcher, and she wasted no time throwing that to first. But yeah, it was a nice play. Don't have to rush there. Make sure you get a nice throw. Take a couple steps towards first and get yourself a nice throw. There's a nice hit. It's over the left fielder's head. And she's going to stay at 2. She got all that one. Nice drive. Yeah, but that small ball podcast, I did a couple episodes, got a lot of views, and then I got a lot of requests to do more player interviews, so we'll do a lot of those this winter, and several other shows, and hopefully the quality of them will be better, better audio and video, and that's the other thing that's cool with me doing this is I'm learning a lot of the tricks of the trade. There's a shot, and that's in a right center gap, and that's going to score a run, and she's going to stand up triple. That was a nice hit. Again, I don't know all these girls. I just know a couple of them. But this one is Zoe Lindner. There's a ball. Oh, and the right fielder missed that one. That'll score a run there. That'll go in the book as an error. At least it should. Does score a run though, as I'm knocking stuff off my shelf. She just misjudged it. Came in a little bit too hard and hit the tip of her glove and got past her. There's a foul ball. Nice block. There's a swing and a miss. Helped out that pitcher. That wasn't a strike. There's a foul ball. Another foul. There's a ball in play. Second makes the play. Kind of hesitated there. Made us wonder if she was going to get it or not. Nice play. Way to finish it. Yeah, so later tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to upload all these instant replays into Facebook, so everyone can watch them and share them. And then my favorite plays I'm going to put on YouTube under my favorite plays. So that'll be that's a playlist right now. Then I'm just moving all my favorite plays there, and maybe create a highlight, like a end of the year highlight video. I just started to do that just recently, so there won't be one this year, but next year I'll have like a top play thing, and that's gonna score a run. Oh, good hustle by that base runner. She saw that ball, kicked away from short, and she got an extra base out of it. It's good heads up base running. There's a foul ball. There's a hard hit up to second. Makes the play, gets the out at first. Good job. Ends the inning. So we'll head to the top of the fifth with Blackhawk having a big lead, 11-2. I have what I'm calling on demand. It's this is our YouTube channel, so we'll have the live shows or live games on YouTube, but we also have the saved games, which will be anything that we live stream or try to live stream. Then we can upload anything that isn't live stream successfully. But everything's saved on that network, and you can go back and watch games from previous, years or seasons or last week, or if you want to rewatch a game that you saw in person, you can get on there and watch everything. Everything's free. I don't charge for anything. There are options that I can hide some games or videos behind a paywall, but as long as I get the support with fundraising and different things, I won't expect to do that. But like I said, I need help to cover the costs, and I'm not looking to make money doing this, but I am paying a lot of this out of my own pocket, so any kind of support helps, and I'll continue keeping all this free, as long as I can get some help with covering it. I definitely do not want to make this a paid site, but got to get the help. That's a nice hit and caught by the left fielder. It was a good job. All right, so it's one out. Did I change the inning? I think I did. It's the fifth. Oh, she should not have tried to bunt that. So that'll be strike one. I think the coach is talking to the batter for a minute. What's another thing? I always taught my daughter, do not swing at bad pitches. You cannot be a good hitter. There's a nice bunt that time. She beats it out. Good job. Yeah, I always told her, I was like, you can't be a good hitter if you don't swing at good pitches. So if it's a ball or out of the strike zone, leave it go. Get the next one. That was a good job, though. She made her adjustments and laid down a nice bunt. There's a hit. That'll fall for a single, too. A wild throw. Nice play by the catcher. I remember this catcher from when Blackhawk, I watched a little bit of the Blackhawk and CV scrimmage. And this catcher, I remember her like her confidence is a good way of putting it. She's a very confident player. She has that swag about her, you know. She does good. Ooh. I don't think that was a good idea there. I don't think she meant to do that. I mean, obviously she didn't mean to. I think I honestly think she threw it to second. The pitcher just got it in the way. So one thing with catchers do, especially the younger ones, I see this a lot, is they get out of their, uh, their squatting position. There's a hit back to the pitcher, it gets past her, and they're not going to make a play on that one.
Hey, keep going through it. Keep going through it. Sell it, and then make the play.
Yeah, so, but catchers have it. The younger catchers, anyway, have a tendency to get up and run at the runners or fake throw and dance with the ball in her hand. You know, just take a quick glance at these base runners. Make sure they're staying close to the base and fire it back to the pitcher. And if you see a base runner taking too big of a lead, don't make it obvious. You know, just kind of whip it down her and get her. And see how this catcher too. Hopefully she watches this. There's a strike 3. I think that girl's out. But when she throws it back to the pitcher, she's almost lobbing it. And I'm teaching my girls to steal. When I see someone doing that, that's perfect opportunity to delayed steal. See how she kind of just lobs it. You get a girl with an aggressive lead and any kind of speed, she's getting third or second. There's a swing and a miss there. I remember this girl. She had a nice hit, or I think it was her first at bat. But yeah, this catcher, you can see she has the ability. Oops, I missed it. So she's safe, scores another run. Sorry about that. I missed a button. But yeah, this catcher you can see she has the skill. But she just kind of needs to polish some things up. There's a swing and a miss. I'm sure Coach Jim will help her out. He's one of the seniors, one of the oldest coaches in the area. Not age-wise, just, I mean, his longest tenure. He is old too, I'm not kidding. That's outs, 3 outs. That one base runner didn't know how many outs were. Always got to know. So this will be the top of the 6th, I believe. I think Blackhawk batted first. I don't have Game Changer to cheat with, so Let's see what else we can talk about. So this thing here, oops. So one of the reasons why I'm trying to raise money is to improve my network connection out here at the fields. And right now I just have one hotspot. It's in the middle there. And if I have issues with dropped signals or limited bandwidth, that kind of thing, it impacts the stream. So what I want to do is bring in 2 additional hotspots. One that'll plug into the YOLA box, then the other one will be another hotspot, and do what's called network bonding. And what this does is it increases the bandwidth availability. I say it right, availability, and it also creates redundancy. So if one cellular line drops, another one will pick it up. So you won't have as many dropped packets, which means your live stream will be more stable. Cold strike. So yeah, I mean, of course that costs money. That's why I'm trying to raise the money to there's a nice hit. I didn't switch it over, but it's gonna fall for a base hit. There's a nice hit. It's gonna be foul. There's a hit. That's gonna be caught by the left fielder. First pitch was a called strike. There's a ball played to short. Oh, I see the third baseman again. These are the things though that they need to kind of work on over the winter with the communication stuff. That was kind of a hard play for third. I mean, she covered a lot of ground there. It's an easier play for third if they can make it, but obviously she couldn't make that, so she should have pulled back and let the shortstop take care of it. And like I said, it was a slow roller, so I don't even know if they would have got the out, regardless of who would have fielded it. There's a bone play. That's going to fall. And they're going to score a run. That was just in front of the fielder, or the outfielder. An aggressive base running. Scores another run. There's a nice bunt. Yeah, it's going to be a tough play. See, she should have ate that. You know, if you have no chance to get that girl out, you know, just, we used to say, put that ball in your pocket and don't throw it. You don't want to risk throwing it away, especially with runners on. It's nice that the umpire steps away from the plate so I can see the game. He's almost in that dugout. It's a called strike. If anyone's watching this in a national level, we need umpires. Oh, there's a hit. And that's going to be caught by center. The throw at the plate. Oh, almost got her. And that was a nice hit. Scored 2 more runs. But that was a pretty good throw. That was high, but should have been caught. I don't know if the play would have been made, but that yeah. So we got a runner on second base. There's a ball hit, and that is going to be caught? Not caught. No, she didn't catch it. I couldn't see. So, I don't know what's going on. I think coaches are frustrated with certain things here, but whatever. Okay. I'm just going to pull up a sponsor and stay quiet. I'll be right back. All right. Here we go. This will be, I think, the bottom of the sixth. I really don't know at this point. We've been playing for 112, so they might get this full game in. I can't remember for the life of me who batted first. There's a foul ball. Ball 4. There's Coach Joe Statler. I used to play baseball with him back in the high school days. Ooh, nice play by the catcher. See if I can get a replay in on that. Yeah, that's the athleticism that she has for sure. Just fire that ball back to the pitcher. There's a hit. That's going to get past the right fielder. And the runner's going to advance to third. It's good heads up base running there. I missed it. This is the slapper. If anyone wants to learn slapping, you can. My daughter will show you. Like I said, it's my daughter started doing it when she was 10, and she's now 18. So she's been doing it for 8 years, and it's not easy to pick up. And if you don't do it right, you're really not gaining any advantage. So slapping is much like pitching, where you have to make sure you're doing everything right and consistent, and otherwise, you go up there as a pitcher throwing 4 balls, strike 3. I don't think that batter agreed with that, but Yeah, slapping's like pitching in a sense that, you can say you pitch, but if you're throwing 4 balls and walking everybody, are you really a pitcher? Same thing with a slapper. You can go through the motions, but if you aren't getting base hits and doing what you're supposed to, are you really a slapper? There's a foul ball. There's another foul. She's battling. What time is it? It's 2:30. Man, I feel like this game's been going on forever. There's another foul. This batter, she's fighting up there. Oops. Missed high. It's getting hot out here. This is like the hottest part of the day. Good eye. It's a nice at bat here.